Okay, now I'm ready. Hi there, my name is Salmaan Bhogadia. I'm, of course, running for Vice President of Education. Let me start off by telling you that it's a nice crowd we have here tonight. And, I'll start talking about my policies, actually, because I think that's what you guys want to listen to. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to bring in laptops for all students in all schools. Basically, I've worked as a program representative for the School of Informatics, and we've already implemented laptops for all first years. I understand now with technology how things are moving on in the future. So what I'd like to do is make sure that every student has access to a laptop, so they can complete their work and they have something they can work on themselves. So they don't have to share any computers. They don't have to go to the library, wait for a computer to be free, and it just makes things a lot easier. Some of my experiences with working as a program rep, I've helped design courses. One of the courses are known as MSci, which they are 4-year programs.
First question is, many students take part in extracurricular activities including clubs, societies, media, and sports teams. What will you do to ensure that these students receive the accreditation for the additional skills and responsibility they have for taking part in these activities?
I would have to say that as a member of a university sport team, I will continue with Wednesday afternoons being free for students to participate in sport, and so they can coincide with their education. With societies are very popular at this university, so I will make sure that the societies will be able to arrange events, perhaps have lecturers and speakers come into the universities to speak with authorization, just so societies can have their voice and they can enjoy their events, and as well that there will be time for them to coincide with university education.
All right, so second question. With regards to the current locker debate, do you think that lockers are an essential part of education?
I would have to say that lockers are very important. A lot of students do commute to this university and they do need a place to leave their textbooks and laptops, whatever, and maybe their sports equipment perhaps. So lockers are actually very important for every student, and that's why I have signed a petition to make sure that there are more lockers available for the university students, and to make sure that all university students have a place to keep their stuff in a safe and secure manner. So in a sense, it makes for commuting students, I believe it's better for them, because you're not lugging your books all around all day, and I think generally it will improve student satisfaction.
What will you do to ensure the basic needs of students are met by the university?
Communication is very vital when you're talking to students, and I believe that, because I consider myself quite a social guy, I think I've already mentioned this, but I'm somebody that I think students can talk to. They can talk. I talk to the student reps, and I'll make sure that the connections with the SROs of every single school are adequate. So to be honest, students at the moment are filling out too many surveys. So I think it's more of a face-to-face sort of thing, going up to the students, making sure that they are happy, and to be honest, making sure that their issues are solved in a manner that they are happy with. So in a sense, as long as I will take the students' problems and I will make sure personally on a personal level that they are dealt with and the solution is met. Thank you.
So some students across the university have their Wednesday afternoons off for taking part in sports and other activities, while some students do not. How are you going to approach this situation?
Well, firstly, I think if students are representing our university, then you've got to give them a pat on the back, because it takes a bit of courage for them to do this. For students that don't participate in sport, I think it's important to make sure that they are aware of all the various sporting activities that happen at this university, and also the societies. We have a wide range of societies at this university, and I am a treasurer for one of the societies. So to be honest, I think it's to make sure that the students know that there's the wide range of activities, because it builds on the students' experience, because students want to come here to learn, but they also want to have a great experience, and I think that making sure that they are aware of these opportunities, such as the student media, just enhances this experience. Thank you.
You explained that as SRO for the School of Informatics, you brought changes to ensure that the students' issues are dealt with sufficiently. What issues were you able to resolve?
Just on the note, it was program rep for School of Informatics. But what I did was a few students had a few issues with exams because there were a few issues with the exam papers. They were not correct, and I made sure that I took on the students' views on the papers, and then I forwarded them straight to the programs office. I got an immediate response, and I made sure that I relayed that to the students. And and the moderation has been taken place, and we are making sure that all students' results have been given accordingly by looking at their scores. And generally, I think all students are generally satisfied with the result. Another problem was with the lecturers. A few students were having a few issues with their lecturers, and I made sure that any learning issues were dealt with by just talking to the programs office and making sure that the communication between the lecturers and the students was of sufficient quality. Thank you. Basically, I believe the current SRO, like the role, is undefined. I mean, we have program reps that currently take in, the views of the students, and they relay them to either the SRO or the programs office. So in a sense, the SROs do need more. I think they need a bit more power than the students reps, and I think, in a sense, that the SROs they need a bit more authority so that they can pass some decisions themselves. So I believe that the SROs should be in more meetings, and they will communicate to the Vice President of Education, whoever they may be, so that any student, any issue is dealt with accordingly, and any program rep that has an issue can talk to another student and the SRO throughout meetings, and then, like I said, any issues are resolved. Thank you.
How do you think the communication officer should be paid, and do you think the money should go to something else?
Well, part-time officers are helping out the union, and you've got to give them credit for what they're doing. So I think with discussing with the Vice President of Education, I think they need to be rewarded for taking on students' views and students' problems, because it's not the easiest job in the world. I can imagine, because I've been a program representative. So what I'd have to say is that I think part-time. I think it will also give other students an incentive to become program reps, and in a way, being an SRO as well, it's more demanding. So I think they should be rewarded for it, but with approval from the students' union, and in a sense that the money will be spent accordingly and it's not being wasted.